In this class, we will understand the course structure first for class 10th science board examination, and then we will discuss one by one the topics which are covered in each unit so that we can do our revision efficiently. Now, talking about the number of units, there are 5 units in our textbook. Now, in the first unit, which is chemical substances, nature and behavior, the chapters that are included are chapter 1, 2, 3 and 4. So basically all the chapters of chemistry are a part of this unit. It comprises of a total of 25 marks. Talking about the second unit, which is world of living, it comprises of all the chapters which are part of biology. So that is chapter 6, 7, 8 and 9. It is life processes, control and coordination, how do organisms reproduce, heredity and evolution. Again, all these 4 chapters are for 25 marks. The third unit comprises of chapter 10 and 11, so light and human eye, and these 2 chapters will account to 12 marks. Unit 4 comprises of chapter 12 and 13, a total of 13 marks, and chapter 15 will be a part of unit 5, which is for 5 marks. The name of this chapter is Our Environment. The total comes out to be 80. Remaining 20 you will get as your internal assessment, which includes your practical files. It will include your projects, it will include the periodic tests that you have given in the school, and all the activities that you are doing in the classroom. So now if we understand what all topics are included in these units, let us start with that. So the first unit, which is the chemistry unit. Now in this, the first chapter is chemical reactions, wherein I must know what is a chemical equation. Then I should know how to balance a chemical equation, why we balance a chemical equation, and the different types of chemical reactions. So here the most important questions generally come from this topic, which is displacement and double displacement. Then there can be questions from balancing and why do we balance. Okay. Talking about the next chapter, which is chapter number 2, acids, bases and salts. Here my first the most important topic over here is these salts which are given at the end of the chapter: bleaching powder, baking soda, washing soda and POP, plaster of Paris. You must know their chemical formula, you must know how they are prepared, what is their name and what are their uses. So this you must know, and you will get a short 5-marker question. You can also get MCQs based on this. This is a very important topic. Now the next chapter is metals and non-metals. So here first of all we must know the reactions. So how do metals react with an acid, how do they react with metal carbonates. Secondly, we should know the properties of ionic compounds and their formation. This is very important. Then we must know how do we refine metals. So basically in that topic, metallurgical processes, roasting and calcination is very important, and then electrolytic refining. We will be discussing about that in detail in the next video. The next chapter, which is chapter number 4, carbon compounds. Here I should know why carbon is creating so many compounds. I must know how do we name the carbon compounds. We should know the difference between saturated and unsaturated hydrocarbons. And last but not the least, the most important topic here is soaps and detergents, from which you will get questions regarding micelle formation. So this is one of the most important topic of this chapter. The next one is world of living. So this is the second unit, the biology unit. So in this you should know all the life processes. You must know the digestive system, the respiratory system, then circulatory system and excretory system, the diagrams as well as all the parts and their functions. Then photosynthesis, events of photosynthesis, these concepts are included in this chapter. Okay. Next, control and coordination. So basically the human brain. Then we must know about reflex action. This is an important topic. We must know about the hormones, both plants and animals, and the movements of plants, that is the nastic and the tropic movements. Then the next chapter, which is chapter number 8, how do organisms reproduce? Here, first of all, we must know all the different types of asexually reproduction methods. Then we must know the male reproductive system and the female reproductive system and their parts. We should know about HIV/AIDS and the contraceptive methods and menstruation. These are a few topics which are very, very important. The next one is heredity and evolution. Evolution has been deleted, so we don't have to focus on evolution. So here Mendel's work. So Mendel has given the monohybrid cross and the dihybrid cross. Monohybrid is comparatively more important than dihybrid. Then the laws of inheritance. There are 3 laws of inheritance. You must learn it. Sex determination. You should know the crosses. Okay. Next. So we come to the third unit, which has chapter 10 and 11. Here you will get some numericals. So first of all, you learn the formulas. You will get the laws of refraction, laws of reflection, and then you should know the ray diagrams. Apart from that, we must know all these formulas, the lens formula, the mirror formula, then power, then there are different formulas which are given in between the chapter. So you should know how to solve questions based on these. So magnification would be there, and the next part of the same unit is functioning of human eye. So the human eye, you should know the diagram, the parts of human eye. Then there are 3 defects of vision majorly. One is myopia, second one is hypermetropia, third is presbyopia. So the problem, their solution, and how the problem is caused, this we should know. Next is the major questions come from this part, which is refraction of light through prism, dispersion, scattering of light, and atmospheric refraction. So we are going to discuss this in detail. Then we have the next unit, which is unit number 4. Here we have chapter 12 and 13, which comes out to be a total of 13 marks. Now I should learn by heart the Ohm's law. I should know the Joule's law of heating. One should know how to solve the numericals, because you are going to get numericals from this part. And there are certain uses and applications of fuse and heating effect, Joule's law of heating effect, heating effect. And I think that will be all. So we will focus more on numericals from this part. Then we have a chapter which is related to this chapter only. Now this is magnetic effects of electric current. Here the major portions are deleted. So you should know the properties of field lines. You must know how the field lines are drawn around a straight conductor. You must know how they are drawn around a bar magnet, a solenoid, you can say the circular loop, and so you have the bar magnet, then solenoid, a straight conductor, and I think a circular loop. So these are some of the topics you must know. Then learn the Fleming's left hand rule, the difference between AC and DC, and then domestic electric circuits. I don't think that is that important, but we will be solving some questions related to this also. Then the last chapter, which is chapter number 15, named as Our Environment. Here the major questions would come from ozone depletion. They will also come from biodegradable and non-biodegradable substances. In between, you must know about food chains, food web, and biomagnification. So these are some of the topics that we are going to focus on. This is the course structure. Once you understand the course structure, then it will be easier for us to revise these topics. So I'm going to wind up the class here, and I will start with the revision from next class onwards. Thank you.